Russia is an eye-catching business destination for many executives and already houses prominent startups such as House and WeWork who are joining tech giants like Google, Microsoft, eBay, and Alibaba in the country. Today, we are going to give you some pros and cons to expanding into Russia. But first, let's cover some quick facts. Russia has a population of 144 million people, making it the 9th largest in the world. The official language spoken is Russian, and countries like Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Belarus also speak it. This means that over 250 million people share the same language. The total GDP in Russia for 2017 is $1.5 trillion, and the GDP per capita is $10,000 per person. In 2015, Moscow was ranked top 10 city by GDP worldwide, sitting between Shanghai and Chicago. And Moscow is not the only big city. Russia has 15 cities with over 1 million people, including the beautiful St. Petersburg with 5.3 million people. Now let's jump into the pros and cons of Russia. Pros. 1. Large market. As we mentioned, Russia has a large population and big cities have large discretionary incomes. In fact, Russia is ranked 5th by Forbes with the most billionaires in the world, with over 75 people having $250 billion in wealth. Additionally, foreign companies benefit because Russians prefer goods from overseas rather than local brands, as they associate it with higher quality. 2. High internet usage. 75% of Russians use the internet, which is comparable to the US, where 78% of Americans have internet access. Additionally though, 23% of Russians with internet engage in online shopping. So yes, digital marketing techniques should work to get new clients. 3. Top local talent. Russia has talented individuals in world-renowned universities, especially in engineering and technology. 4. Tech giants in Russia. The fact that companies like Google, Alibaba, Get, and many others have successfully expanded to Russia means you can learn from their experience. 5. A lot of capital. Russia has over 250 venture capitals and private equity firms, with estimated assets under management of over $20 billion. Russian funds invest both domestically and internationally, and have put money into global companies such as Snap, Uber, Spotify, Twitter, Facebook, and Hyperloop. Now, let's discuss some drawbacks of expanding into Russia. 1. Personal data protection laws. Sensitive personal information of Russian citizens must be hosted in data centers in Russia. Telecom providers are required to store content and metadata. Online services and social networks that use encrypted data are required to permit access to the security agency. So basically, data loss can be complicated in Russia. Fortunately, there are many local and international lawyers available to help navigate these situations. 2. Firing employees is not easy. Firing for underperformance or misconduct has a process and requires 2 months' notice if not done within a trial period. So in Russia, hire fast, fire faster does not work. 3. Foreign ownership can be limited. In some cases, such as in media companies, foreign ownership is limited to 20%, making it hard for some companies to operate in Russia. 4. Currency fluctuation. Swings of 10 to 20% of the currency means you have to be careful with expenses nominated in Russian rubles. 5. Additional delay to receive funds from investors. Allow a few additional business days for US and European banks to complete compliance procedures. After recent sanctions, banks may need more time to review supporting documents. In summary, Russia can be a good option for expansion due to market size and availability of funding for later stage technology companies. However, be aware that the legal part can be complicated. Having local advisors and partners will be beneficial in helping you navigate local laws, understand cultural differences, and build relationships in the country.